someone is a main benefactor of Zen Bitsap. I haven't met them, I don't think. Named Judith, I'm pretty sure. She'll know who it is. She's in, I think, Minnesota or something. I really thank her for all the support. In the early days, we would do a personal thing. Yeah. But then PayPal would tell you when you got a donation, but then it stopped. So I didn't know what was going on. Just just like to give a comprehensive thank you. Yeah, for all the support on a lot of different levels. Yeah. Listening is a great support. It is because it is. It's something, certain birds need to sing. I have a friend that uh he has to express his insanity. I mean his all his knowledge. Yeah. And at this point, I don't think his wife and kid listen to him. So he needs a outlet. So it's great to, you know, so sometimes I'm walking around the house with the phone. I haven't said a word in like 40 minutes, and Amelia knows who I'm talking to. So you just, it's like put on blast, and it's quite healthy. So, some birds really need to sing. And this is to me is I was just compelled without anything coming from me, just was compelled because I saw, especially in recovery, uh, even before that, I was involved with a spiritual group and I used to speak with them for them in some respects. Yeah. So luckily, most of the stuff that came through didn't really have a stick. So I was hoping the more the water comes through, the hose would get a little bit of the hose, the water would have a strong effect on the hose. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. No. And it was funny, I learned a lot from it because I started in 34 years ago giving like leading workshops in recovery, 1991. I got sober in 1988. I remember they somebody an older member said, I want you to run this meeting. So I said, all right, give it a shot. And then when I would go to uh, the meetings changed. First, it was like you were like at study hall and you were walking around and looking at people, how they were doing an inventory, on like a business-like inventory on their life. It's the fourth step of the recovery program. So I was just walking around, yeah, can I be available? But then I was getting so much stuff was coming through. Like it just took over the meeting and it just veered off. So people would come with paper and pen and realized there was no need for paper or pen, and then just stuff was coming out. And uh like I don't know exactly how they were reacting, but how this reacted to it was uh, uh, it felt a responsibility. I got to get way better, more meditation, this and that. And then with that misunderstanding, it got washed away, almost like that next time I did it. Yeah, because the head in all of its programming always puts itself ahead of everything. And truly, that which was coming through wasn't based on my condition. It was based on its condition. And my condition was irrelevant in a sense. Yeah. Yeah. The condition of the hose was irrelevant. It was a hose. That's what was necessary. Yeah. The condition of it didn't matter. And it was it's so obvious. Yeah. And then from there on, so many, if you could see misunderstandings as trees, so many of these trees fell. Yeah, really. And then you got a sense that what you are right now as this appearing is in the after. Yeah. It's and you may have a feeling there's a you there, but the only you in a sense you've known is the you manufactured by this programming.
Yeah.
There is no authentic you or profound you. There, it's completely contained in the system. Yeah, there's no you outside the system. There isn't. So no matter how little, I just need a little understanding or maybe a tiny, it's not. And the only thing that ever worked as it took time, and then it was given name, it was working, and I was doing talks, and then people would come up to me and say, have you ever heard of this guy, Wei Wu Wei? And I go, what? Wei Wu Wei? Well, which way is that? Wei Wu Wei sounds like my head all day. Wei Wu Wei, Wei Wu Wei. So, and then I would look at it and I'd see, he would give me form to what was going on, and it was negation, the way of negation, the negative way. Yeah, it just was, I never even finished any of his books. It was just, I got the thing, and then he would go into somersaults. It's not it's a slog going through his stuff, just like the Course of Miracles, for some people is a slog. For him, it would be doing like triple somersaults of arcane Buddhism, where there's triple negation. So there is neither existence nor non-existence nor the opposite of the absence of both of them. So it would be a triple negation. Yeah. So I felt it worked much better just with not two. Not two. Yeah. So we were talking about it yesterday in recovery. In recovery, most people don't note it, but they get to a point where they're trying to describe the alcoholism as something other than you. So they call it the actor. Yeah. So they go, the actor or your actor, meaning you're something else, and then there's an actor, almost like replacing you. And then that actor can be virtuous and kind and still self-centered. Yeah, and doing it for a transactional move and all this stuff. So it blew away the idea of good and bad, because it's really what's before the action that gives it the meaning. There are actions don't have good actions and bad actions. That's like block form alphabets in kindergarten, it's different than that. Yeah. So they would talk about the actor with the implied thing that it's not you, obviously. You were the vague whatever, and the actor was an actor. So the actor that you, let's say, projected, or you are being used to project, has all of the situations, but the point was to see that it's not you. Yeah, because if you don't see it's not you, you can't entertain the possibility of being free from it. Your possibility of freedom is handcuffed with, I have to be free as it. Yes? And then the pursuit of freedom is then a form of bondage of self. So you're bonded to the actor because you're trying to be free as the actor instead of negating the actor and being free as that vagueness. Yes? Yeah. So this is not one. And the not one in this dreaming is the actor. Or some people would say, they would like to call it an ego, but there's something that believes it has an ego or can lose an ego. That's really the second actor. So the first actor, it's the ego. My ego is acting out and getting unruly, and I'd like to start getting, how can I get relief from it, whatever. Yeah. How can I disengage, but all the while taking myself to be it? You know, you can't. Yeah, yeah. This is a dualistic movement. It's like, no, but yeah. So in a way, the relief I found in recovery was just getting sober. I got struck sober. But when I kept going, when I was starting to go on, I started seeing, at first, I saw large swaths of the thoughts as alcoholic thoughts. Yeah. They were still in the category of mine, and I was the thinker, but the thought itself was named an alcoholic thought, and I got some space from it. Yeah. It wasn't right on me, digging grooves in me as it crossed my little forehead. It was like, wow. And so, wow, that was a pretty cool free sample. And then it expanded. Then I saw basically there's no thinker. That was the real one, because the swaths of thoughts, there's a lot of streaming of thoughts. So you would have to have a swath, a lot of ones. Yeah. Yeah. And then instead you could just see you're not the thinker. Yeah. And what I believed with, and those days was, the thoughts would have to stop or change, but really what it was losing interest in it, losing interest in the thoughts. And I notice I can lose interest in a lot of shit when it's not about me. I mean, there's no effort involved. If I, and I remember I used to use this example of, there's a woman that I'd like to meet, and she's running a seminar in the other room, and I have plans. Yeah, maybe we're gonna conceive the baby and whatever. I haven't said hello to her, so I'm very interested in hearing what she says, because I'm hoping she's gonna say, "Hey, I like the guy who's running the other seminar in the other room," and then I'll bump into her and, "Oh, you want?"
You're already there.
So yeah, it's in the head. So then so I'm keenly listening to it, and the people in the room recognize I'm not really here, when we're talking about here. I'm not really here in the here and now, because it's more important to the head what she says. Yeah. So then someone points it out to me. Hey, Paul, you don't seem to be here today. And okay, yeah, I'll try. But and then someone drops a book, how to lose interest in a conversation in another room, while you're doing something else. I page through it, but it doesn't have any effect, because the agenda is this is primary. So suddenly she starts talking, and I'm really keen on it. And she says, "Hey, I really like that guy, Matt, and I'm not Matt." And immediately I lose interest in that conversation. I don't have to send like a Navy SEAL 6 team to extract my interest from it. It just drops. So finally it was applied to me. Finally, I saw it. Instead of the me applying it to everything else, finally it was applied to me. I lost interest in me, in the me, the idea. And then that was the key, because then the efficiency is, you see the basic, not all the actions, but the actor, not all the feelings, but the feeler, not all the thoughts, but the thinker. It's very efficient, incredibly. Yeah. You don't get lost in the weeds. Like, I've got to separate these thoughts and promote these feelings and this. There's a complete vacuum of that. You just fuck that. And then you just see, not the thinker, not the doer, not the feeler, not the taster, not the toucher. Not. So now negation is working. Yeah. Yeah. And what happens is, there's a migration of interest that you were like trying to crowbar, trying to suck it in, trying to do all these things. Instead, it was just the point of losing interest in the central attraction that was signaling all the direction of the interest and attention, which is you.
Yeah.
You lost interest in that. you lost interest in all of that that reinforces the interest in that. Because to the doer, the doing is essential. The only way the doer can be projected is by claiming doing. There is no doer. So for the doer to be implied, there's got to be doing, which there's plenty of. There's plenty of doing and feeling and tasting and touching and thinking. Yes. So the head uses all of that to imply the thinker, the taster, the toucher, the doer. Yeah. So suddenly you lose interest in it's the central cog of the system. Yeah. Yeah. And then what happens? All the set planets and all the constellations, they change. They have space and they move out of these orbits. Like you would, it's almost as your space, and in space there are seemingly solid stationary things like the thinker, the feeler, the taster, the toucher, with all these actions gravitating around it like an orbit, like a moon around a planet. So the planet Paul would have a moon of doing and feeling and thinking and opinions. And it would have this thing going on. Yes?
Yes.
And then trying to evade or stop all the thoughts like comets or, things, asteroids was crazy. Fields like the Iron Dome, and stop everything. It was just much more clear to see you're not the sun of this system, yeah, or the planet towards these moons. And then what happens is, released from the orbits, things move. They take a different setting, or maybe no setting at all. The constellations you thought were they move. Everything moves. Yeah. And all it needs to move is quite a little bit to produce a huge effect. Yeah, it does. All it has to do is go like this or like this, and then you're seeing anew in a sort of way. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Bamo, this is the negation.
Yes.
There's no affirmation in it. The affirmation is of us. Yeah. In the hands of what you're not, it's not working. The constant affirming of something is really because you truly believe that there's something else. Yeah. So it's a weird way of counteracting something you believe to be so, which makes that thing you believe to be so more so. Yeah. Your drive to get out of it gives the meaning to what you're in, seemingly. Yes.
The negation is the affirmation of who we are.
The negation is the affirmation of who we are. By negating what we're not, that's the affirming. Yes. But you aren't affirming.
No.
It's the affirming in and of itself. So the being affirms itself.
Yeah.
And so your little like program fingerprints are on it. Yeah. Yes. And it's so obvious that the you has anything to do with it. A forced humility lands, really.
Yeah.
You just can't make it you. It's so obvious you had no idea what was going on. And there's a humility in that. There is. It keeps you. Yeah. We have it in recovery where this is an incredible statement in recovery, where they say you may have crossed a line where no human power can change the condition you're in. Yeah. Now, I had an intimate sense of that because my mom, yeah, my aunts and my uncles, my mother's church, people sincerely wanted me to be okay, and nothing was doing it. I wanted it to change, nothing changed it. The state wanted it to change, nothing changed it. Yeah, nothing freaking could change it. So I really got that statement that no human power could change it, this thing, yet something can. And that's exactly what happened. Something changed what no human power could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally believe that's like putting the cart in front of putting the horse in front of the cart. That something can do for you what you cannot do for yourself. To me, that's clear direction, to tell you the truth. It is clear direction. And when a simple uh when the noun is somewhat negated, the verbing becomes obvious. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the verbing has a different hierarchy than the noun verb. The noun has been presupposed to be before all the verbing, where verbing is supreme. There's no dream, there's dreaming. Yeah. It never turns into a dream, it's an action, it's a verbing. Yeah. So it doesn't turn into a noun called dream, a dream. It's dreaming. Yes. And that sense of verbing now gets it's like it was never out of place. You were just seeing it in a weird way. So that seeing gets and then when you see it, it's not like it was suddenly made that way. It's always been this way. So all of what you believed to be so wasn't so. And it had really had the only effect it had was on your subjective experience. It hasn't changed any facts.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is good. This is good. Yeah. So and satsang, I feel, uh, it can be a support, but it can be the main support. You could live quite well on satsang. You could, yeah. There's a lot of, like Kathleen would say, a lot of the learning comes through osmosis. It gets absorbed in this presence, whether either live or Zoom. Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a field in a sense that gets obvious when enough of us are hanging out and we're in the association with the truth. Yeah. There's something palpable about that. And it's sort of like stepping into a dry shower. You don't know you're getting showered on, but you are. Yeah, just by the satsang. Yeah, it's very, 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 very powerful, I feel. And it's been my only protein for 20 something years. I just, yeah. I've attended a lot of satsangs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them Paul Hedderman's, but I was in attendance in a sense. Paul Hedderman was in attendance, which is why it went on, but I was in attendance. Yeah. Yeah. And
There was an attending.
there's an attending, and uh, it may need a little water, and that's satsang, but the soil is there, the fruit is there, the growth is there. You may need a little water occasionally because the head will keep presenting everything as arid and dry. Yeah, and so just to dispute that in a simple, non-violent way, you just go to satsang. And there's the loss of interest isn't an experience or produced by anything you did. It's the way you see things now. Yeah. It's on the basis that you stand on. You don't even know most bases you stand on. The basis that you're standing on or experiencing life from changes. And almost like the ground underneath your feet changes without you knowing. Yeah. Yeah. You find out, you observe it after a while, but you didn't have any prior knowledge to it because you're out to lunch,
Yeah,
literally.
totally.
The action figure. It is. It's out to lunch. It's barely capable of paying attention. What did they say now? The American population's attention span is shorter than a rabbit's.
Oh, wow.
Yes, isn't that insane? But the infinite scrolling and stuff, they just, oh, there she is. Yeah, the infinite scrolling going on and on and on. You get so much, you're dosed with so much shit and nothing gets absorbed, almost nothing. It's insane. You come to satsang and you really get nothing and a lot's absorbed. You go here, get tons of shit, nothing gets
Yeah.
absorbed. You come here, you get nothing and a lot gets absorbed. Yeah. Yeah. The better way is just not you, but a turning around of the same way. Instead of a way of affirming, it's a way of negation. Yeah. So when you see something in the head, it's not you. When you, yes, yes, you greet it in a state of suspicion. That's healthy. Yeah. Yeah. You don't become paranoid, but you're suspicious in a healthy way. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Wow, there's a lot of tap dancing here. The dogs are tap dancing on the wooden floor. Anyone today? No? Oh, great.
Hi, Paul.
Oh, yes, Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share,
Hey,
like
Floyd,
normally, yeah,
before we start sharing, Floyd, a friend of ours, I don't know, I'm suspicious of this person, but he says he's a friend of mine. He's going to go to Tiruvannamalai. So I hope maybe
okay.
I can give him your information.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, he's been,
definitely.
I'll look the best you can right now. You see the guy there? Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there. His name is Hiram, so he wanted me. So let's go. Go ahead. I wanted to get
Yeah,
at that.
yeah. Yeah. I wanted to share that there is normally in Advaitic teachings, there is a sense of gloom and, like sort of feeling that, okay, I can't do anything, so I'm helpless normally. But then I think with your satsang, I don't know what it is. As you say, it is not you, and you yourself are attending the satsang. But there is something which I don't know. Maybe it's just way of talking or what. I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel energized. Like if and I like to also listen to it dynamically, like when I'm riding a motorcycle or when I'm doing something. So it sort of puts me in action. So there is something which is life affirming and not life negating, which is normally the implication with. Normally, it happens with Advaita teachings
Yes.
that it's very dull, there's nothing to do, there is no self. So now I can just sit on Instagram and scroll. But in an uncanny way, that doesn't happen here, and I feel good.
Oh, great. Well, in a weird way, you're not really negating life. You're negating an interpretation of life. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that opens you up to maybe it's another interpretation of life, but it isn't the one that you've been directed most of your life by. So it can be a really stimulating situation when you look, you have more ability to, yeah, you can see you can see more. It's not there's not more seeing. There's always enough of that, but you see more. Yeah, yeah. So, well, that's great, bro. Well, satsang's alive also. Yeah, I feel satsang is a living, vibrating thing, and so hopefully this is not a forensic uh operation. We're not, dissecting something without the livingness of the space around it. Yes? Yeah, yeah. So yeah. I think a lot of times when something becomes intellectually surrounded, it can get dry. Yeah. So because again, the intellect has its qualities, but there's been there's a lot of reliance on intellect, and of course, it's going to fail. Yeah, because it can't reach where it already is. It can plan giant trips into the universe, but it can't see what's going on right now. It's just, so yeah. Yeah. So non-duality to me isn't like even a banner. It's a verb. It's not to. It's not toing, so to speak. Yeah. It's got a step in it. It's got some, yeah. There's aliveness in it. Yeah. Yeah. If it's not to with a big period and all in capitals thing, no, because you're seeing the evidence in the not to is in the fleeting of event of subjective experience. You see a whole lot of what you're not. Yeah. And so there is a verb there, which is the seeing, or it's not this, it's not I, but it's an awareness, a vision, let's say. And that vision is actively seeing what it's not.
Yes.
It's not like, it would be like super Tai Chi, where you can't see the movement, but there's a movement in it. There's a movement in it, which is a negation movement. So you greet like all the time. You've been, feelings have come, knocked on the door, thoughts. Yeah. And so you've been a greeter a lot of stuff. Yeah. And usually how it's presented, you've fallen in line with. This now, when all that stuff is presented, you greet it with, I'm not that.
Yes.
Yes, you don't have to say it, but it's an understanding, I'm not that. And to me, that's the pulse of moment to moment freedom, so to speak. Yeah, yeah. So nice to see you, Floyd. Can you do me? I don't know how to do it. Can you put it in chat, your information? Well, you don't have to do it yet because he's going in January. I don't have no idea with the computer how to get, but yeah. We'll figure it out, but I can't hear you now, Flo. Yeah.
I've sent my email on the chat, so maybe someone can give it to him.
All right.
Yeah.
That would be great. Yeah. Yeah. Great to see you, Floyd. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that share. Yeah.
Just wanted to show my face up. I haven't been around.
I know. All right. We have David from Down Under.
Hi, Paul. Hi, everybody. I think I've said this before. I would have said it before, but it felt like all my life that what I'm not always had to be busy, like busy all the time, doing something, or I wasn't living, sort of thing, like it'd make me feel guilty. I'm not living, or something like that. Like, so, for instance, I see it a bit more now. I see that that's what goes on. So in the last 7 days, I went to a Metallica concert on Sunday night. And last night I went to an AC/DC concert, which is sort of stuff I've always done. It's like I'm a sort of part-time musician. But the lovely thing that was when I used to go to those sort of things, it would be weird because I'd want to go and I'd be there, but while I'm there, I'd be full of anxiety and sort of like as if I'm enjoying myself, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
But just this week, like I went to the Metallica one and the AC/DC one, and I got right into it. But the biggest sort of buzz that I got out of it was the few strangers that I met, like going outside for a smoke and having a yap and looking around at the crowd when like of everybody really enjoying themselves, like getting right into it. So that was a difference there. And then the other thing I noticed is I'm getting a little bit older, so doing those things and working as well during the week makes me tired. Like I get a lot more, I feel like I get a lot more tired than I used to. And I woke up this morning, and this is sort of like my question or what I was going to say to you, and I think I've said it before too. I seem like when I get tired, the two sides of what I'm not, it's sort of like I open the door for that a bit. So this morning what I'm not was getting fucked with. You know what I mean? I was agitated and everything else until I sort of came into work, it was still like it. And then the Zoom, like right now, when I flick that on, I see it better. Do you know what I mean? I sort of see what's going on a better, and I recognize my happiness more. There's probably not much in that, but yeah, it's like when I get tired. I don't like being tired. I think I just don't like being tired.
Well, just
Yeah.
know that you're tired and the knocks seem louder at the door. Yeah, that's all.
And you know what I do, Paul, now when I'm tired, especially when I'm around people, like with me, I keep my mouth shut. I sort of think of that one you said, but of like let it do its thing and just lay on the operating table and keep still. Like don't sort of. I take that as just zip it sometimes.
Yeah. Zip
Yeah.
it. Yes. Hey, if all else fails, that's pretty good. Just zip it.
Yeah.
In recovery, we call it restraint of pen and tongue.
Ah,
Restraint of pen and tongue. And now maybe
Oh,
texting or whatever. Yes, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yes. Before you
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't. All that gets shut down. I don't text. I don't do much
Yeah,
at all.
you'll have a much happier week.
Yeah, yeah. I see it all the time. It's funny because I restore cars for a living, and I don't know what you guys call it in America and that, but it's like I've always loved hotted up cars, loud sort of cars, muscle cars they call them from the 60s and 70s. And I've got one, and it took me 16 years to build it. And I got it on the road about a year ago. I'm really excited, so fun to drive it. And I get in it and go for a bit of a cruise. And like a half an hour is enough for me. When I do that, I can't wait to get back out of it and get into my quiet car, my little
Yeah.
Ford Focus I drive around in, because it's just quiet. It's like the other thing's fun for 5 minutes, but it's like, yeah, I can't wait to get out of that,
Yes. Things
Yeah.
change, bro. I used to
Yeah.
love vintage cars. I don't like them much anymore. I like
No.
trucks still, but I like
Yeah.
the FJ Troopers or something more. I have an Isuzu Trooper, so it looks like I've been hiking and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big cargo rack. It looks like I do a lot of stuff.
It's
I
like
was
here
just
here in Australia, I don't know what it is, but in the last 10 years, everyone wears high vis like shirts and that. And I reckon half the time you see everyone wearing high vis on Sundays, and I reckon it's just a lot of people like everyone else to think they're working, but you're not. It's Sunday, you're in the supermarket, man. You're wearing like high vis. Yeah.
it's but listen, Dave, thanks as always. Always a pleasure to see you.
No, thank you
You're a
guys.
lifetime member of Zen Bitch Slap, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to get over there one day. I've just got to pluck up the courage to get on a plane.
I
I've
wish
never
you'd get
been on
over there. We have some cars for you to work on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We need a Zen Bitch Slap mechanic. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
We
bring
do.
the hammers. I'll bring a toolbox.
We'll give you a toolbox here. Don't worry. And
Righto.
lasagna. We pay with lasagna
Righto, yeah.
and
Food's enough.
tiramisu. Emilio makes tiramisu and lasagna.
Well, that's better than the love jobs I used to do for friends. I never used to get anything.
Oh, we'll get some good, really good food. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
And a hearty
Uh,
handshake from the master.
Yeah.
That has something. Has
Yeah,
some.
that'll
Yeah.
be good. That'll fail me. That'll be great.
All right, let's
Thank
move
you.
on. Hey, thank you, David, always. Yes. Anyone else? Oh, wow. Who was
So the mind never gets it, right? Because every appearance.
obviously
Yeah, because every appearance is changing. So the mind is always behind. So you
the
can't.
mental
You can't
processes cannot get it. No.
nail it. You can't describe it because when you describe it, it's already not whatever.
It's serious. It's serious. It's like a fish in water, reading a book about water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This happened once. We used to give a talk at this bookstore, one of those spiritual bookstores. They had this incredible room with great Buddha statues. It had a little bit of sonic power in there. But at the end of the night, I'd go in front and they would give me some money. And there was all these books. They were surrounded by books that they had just gotten in. And there was one, and it was consciousness. And it was like 1,200 pages.
Yeah, I know that.
And I'm saying, well, that's you're conscious. Why would you want to read about it for 1,200 pages? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. I'm using consciousness to read a book on consciousness to understand consciousness. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you are what you're looking for. If you don't like that, that's one of the main statements of non-duality, as whatever it has become, is you are what you're looking for. Yeah. Now, where would the change be? Would you see a change in what you are? No, but you would see a change in looking for it, for sure. Yeah. You would see a drastic change in the looking for it, for sure. If it's working, if you're trying to get validation, if you're hearing it or something like that, if you see that, yeah, if you see that the looking for it has severely diminished and stuff, you're on to something, yes,
Yeah.
because obviously now you're acting in a sense more like you are it than looking for it. Yeah, yeah. And so, yeah. And the thing again, the seeking is used by the head to imply the seeker. Yeah. That's its drive. So when you want to weaken the seeker, weaken the seeking, because it's the claiming of the seeking that's giving the meat and the flesh on the bones of the seeker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the seeking stops, you see the emperor with no clothes. You see the seeker with no clothes. While you're seeking constantly, you don't, because the projection, the reflection back is just, it's like sometimes you have these movies now where if they have these flashlights and they say people who are photosensitive or something, but that's the head in a sense. So the claiming of the seeking keeps flashing the idea of the seeker. Yeah, like the bum, 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 bum. So instead of trying to deny or, the seeker, just if you lose interest in the seeking, that slows up and you see the emperor with no clothes. You see the seeker naked. Yes? Yes. Yeah. And then the 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 enthusiasm of the seeking will never be the same. It will be drained. Yeah. And that enthusiasm will be put in the moment. Yeah, instead of fueling a hope of arriving somewhere at a later date, you'll be in here now. And I'm telling you, because there is only here now, it's the most appropriate fitting glove of all for the hand that we are. Truly, it is. The hand waiting for the there and then in the glove doesn't work. Yeah, yeah. So, anyone? No? Well, Brenda, nice to see you, Brenda. Happy you dropped into a live event here. They look exactly the same as the taped events, I guess. I don't see, well, I was there at 7. Who cares if you were there at 10? It's just yeah. So it's nice to see you. And if you have any questions, drop us, because my contract is I have to speak 15 more minutes. That's 7 to 8. Yeah. There's a corporation that's above me. I'm just a pawn. I'm just a puppet. Yes. No, we can end if you like. Do you see it though? It's simple. The futility. This is a specific futility. Looking for stuff can be very, very successful if they're things. Yes. You can look for stuff, and if you don't find it in one store, you may find it in a second store. So seeking for it led you to finding. Yeah, that's all well and good, but it can't be applied to what you are. Yeah, you can't look for what you are because you are what's looking. So it disqualifies to all those habits and patterns. There's nothing wrong with them at the appropriate time to look for stuff. It's great. But in this case, it's specific, just like when Ramana talks about that presupposing of the non-existent thing to be an existent thing. This is what the head does. And then that existent thing wants to get salvation for itself. And the statement is very specific, because how he targets, what he says happens after that is your spiritual practices. So he's not talking about going looking for, ground beef on sale or shit like that. He's basically saying in the spiritual business, because it is about what we already are. Yes, it doesn't work. Yeah. It doesn't work because you already are that. So obviously, if you were seeking for yogurt under the assumption you didn't have any, then you're getting ready to go and this and that. But then you open up the refrigerator and you see the yogurt, you're probably not going to go to the store to get yogurt. The yogurt's here. You found it. Yes?
Yeah.
So there's a disarming. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a call to arms when you assumed there was no yogurt. And then when you find the yogurt, it's disarming. I don't have to drive. Why would I want to? Yeah. That revelation is the fact already.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the fact. You are what you're looking for before the assumption.
Yes.
And then the plan and the strategy before all that. So because it's before all of that is a fact, it makes all of that useless. And actually it becomes detrimental how the head uses it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it gets so obsessed as the seeker, it keeps on seeking. Yeah. It may find the ordinariness of dog shit awareness, and doesn't have enough bling, and it keeps on seeking for radical awareness or super radical. Yeah.
Yeah.
And is like more of everything. You can't get more of everything. Everything is everything. But the head will just keep on trying to get more of everything.
Yeah.
Yes. So the ends doesn't matter. It's just justifying the means, the seeking. Yeah. And in a sense, in the preservation of the seeker, it doesn't actually want to find, because the finding would stop that reflection of the seeker. Yeah. So it has a story, it would do anything, but it's actually got a lot of cognitive dissonance in it, because it knows without the seeking, there is no seeker. Yeah. And how long do you linger in when you find something? Not long. You're out off hunting again. Yes. I found this trick. I can meditate quicker, but then I'm going to mix it with some tantric. Or so. It goes on and on and on. Yeah. I mean, but it's not what you would think the point is, it ain't the point. It's being used to reflect the seeker. That's its essential. Yeah. Seeker, not seeking. It's not reinforcing the verb of seeking. It's reinforcing the made up noun of seeker.
Yes.
Yeah. So there needs to be a whole lot of seeking to keep feeding that reflection of the seeker. Yes. This message puts an end to it in a lot of ways, especially in this specific way. You don't spend any time looking for what you are. That's over. I swear. There's no, yeah. The newest spiritual telescope or magnifying glass, you could give a shit, because they're all formed, they're all been giving a meaning of a conveyance of blindness, really. All these surgical understandings are really making us blind to the fact that we are what we're looking for. So non-duality, dog shit level, dog shit awareness. Yeah. Keep as low as the curve and you'll do all right. You'll be right where all the actions is. All right, well, I think I've done enough for tonight. I'm going to say hello to Chris, my man. Yeah, nice to see you, my friend.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
I think William Stamps would like to talk. He's already unmuted.
All right, yeah, bring him
Okay.
in.
Go ahead, William.
I just wanted to say, I've been away a little while. I have some little problems, but I just want to jump in tonight quickly and say hello to everybody, particularly you, Paul.
Thank you, Bill. And you're my man in Woodside.
That's right.
My man in Woodside, Queens.
Thank you.
I know your action figure, William. I've lived that up. I've lived in that atmosphere of Long Island. Wow. Now that drove a lot of seeking. Growing up in Long Island, we all started seeking how to get out of there as fast as possible. It was funny. Yeah. You talk to people here in California, I mean, almost all the kids I knew went on cross-country trips. But the kids in California, why do they want to go back east? That's where we were going all the time. We'd talk them, what do you mean go across country? Oh yeah, I went 4 times across country. Yeah. All right. So let's go to Brenda. Nice to see you, Brenda. Yes, live. Kathleen. Now, I actually have seen Kathleen live. Yes. It's a wonderful, she brings a deep assurance.
In person.
Yes, in person.
Live and in color.
Out of person, yeah. Stephen Mack, having never left, he's a living statement. Shannon Corkery, always a pleasure. David Lowe.
I've been back there.
You're a lifetime member, Dave.
Coming.
Yes. Ernie, as always, yes. David and Natalie, nice to see you. You got that panoramic view. You look like you're in another county. That's you're in a castle. You live in a freaking, yeah. Ben S, nice to see you, Ben. James Olson, as always. William Stamps, I hope all's doing well, bro. And can always come and take refuge with us. Yep. Vimal and Arjuna, nice to see both of you. Yes, they're the Zen Bitch Sap couple for 2026. You're in the running. Yes. You're gonna be in the calendar. Yeah, yeah. Kerry, nice to see you as always. Kerry's gonna be in the calendar with his significant other. Yeah, he'll be up there. Robert Crossman. Nice to see you, my friend. Yeah. Eric, SoCal. Trooper has brought us together, brother. Yes.
When I go to Joshua Tree, hopefully I'll drive it up
Yeah,
there.
I think I'm gonna, Amelia thinks I'm insane. I'm thinking of trying to drive it down there, the one I
Yeah.
have. Yeah, we'll
Why
see.
not?
It can't go past 75.
No,
We'll see what happens up the Grapevine.
maybe 80 if you're lucky down a hill.
Grapevine is a good, that's a cause of concern.
Indeed. Over in the right lane.
I'm gonna go into the Mojave way. Yeah,
There you go.
in Bernardino, it's a little grapevine, yeah. Darshan, I can't see you, but I can sense you. Nice to see you, my friend.
It's my
Alan,
birthday today, Paul.
it's your birthday. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute, hold on, everyone. We're gonna sing happy birthday
Happy birthday.
to Darshan.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Happy
Happy birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, dear
Darshan.
Darshan.
Happy
Happy birthday to
to
you.
Hip
you.
hooray! Hip
And
hip
many more.
hooray!
Thank you, guys. That was very sweet.
The cake is in the mail.
I'm the oldest member of Zen Bitch Slap now.
The icing will be a little dry, but still, it was the thought that counted. Yes. All right. So, hey, nice to see everyone. Thanks a lot for the space, hanging out. We'll see you soon. Tomorrow is we have recovery tomorrow on Thursday, and yeah, we'll see you soon. And if you're interested, we have time, but we're gonna have a little gathering in Joshua Tree this year. January 9th to the 12th, is it? Yeah,
It's from the 9th.
the 9th to the 12th. So yeah, we'll have at least one talk on Saturday, the normal one, but we'll have a lot of fellowship. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
See you,
Thanks,
everyone.
Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Thank you.